Hi, and welcome to Pipefy, the work management platform. In this video, we're going to show you the main benefits of using Pipefy to manage your employee onboarding process. After working with several companies that are leaders in their segments, we were able to identify the main pains of this process, such as difficult handoff among people involved in the process, difficulty in onboarding large groups of employees, lack of execution standard, lack of visibility for the team's tasks, and difficulty in measuring team execution. With Pipefy, you'll have a centralized tool that allows collaboration among different teams. You will be able to easily automate communication with the new employees. We can create mandatory fields and automations to assure correct execution, and you'll have the Kanban visualization. So this is your organization page. Every time that you log in into Pipefy, you will end up in a page similar like this one. Each little square represents a pipe or a process to be managed inside the tool. Here on the left sidebar, you can quickly access the pillars of our tool: databases, reports, automations, public portals, and of course, pipes. Before we take a look at the employee onboarding pipe, it's nice to mention that inside Pipefy, you can connect and integrate different processes. So the employee onboarding process usually starts when the hiring process is finished. So let's suppose that the hiring process is finishing. So I'm accessing the hiring process pipe. And this card called Peter Campbell represents a new person that was hired. Now that we have all his documentation and the contract is done, we can drag Peter's card to the onboarding phase. When the card enters this phase, we set up an automation that creates a connected card, or as we call a child card, inside the next process. So I'm going to exit now the hiring process pipe, and I'm going to access now the employee onboarding pipe. So here it is, a card with Peter's name in it, representing that Peter will now start the employee onboarding process. If we open the card, on the left, we can already see that this card is connected to another one, Peter's parent card inside the hiring process. And if we click on the connected card, we can access all information that was input in the parent card. But also at the moment of the creation of this card, we brought information from the parent pipe. So we filled the initial form with the basic information, such as the member's position, the onboarding responsible, and when is it going to be his first day. On the right side of the card, we have fields that are applicable to the phase where the card is in. So the current phase is called pre-boarding. So these fields are applicable to this phase and applicable to all cards. So if, for example, I open James cards, I see the same fields here on the right. If I open, for example, Dorothy's card, that it's inside the first day experience phase, the fields here are slightly different. The phases for this process are pre-boarding phase, the first day experience, the first month essentials, first quarter tools, and done, to say that the onboarding of the employee is finished. Of course, we can add extra phases here, for example, a phase for the first week of this employee. Back to the cards that are inside the first phase, we created a checklists that can help the person that's responsible for pre-onboarding this employee. So for example, the people can remember to ping the HR team, the finance team, head of departments, and the IT support. Here are some things to be prepared. For example, this checklist, we cannot forget to send the welcome email template to the joiner. So how do we do this? We can come to the email template button, come to the new, and here it is, a already set up email called new hire email. When we click here, Pipefy automatically sends an email to the candidate with instructions for the first day in this new job. When all actions are finished, we are able to send the card to the next phase. We can move the card by hovering the cursor here and selecting the next phase, or we can manually drag the card and leave it in the first day experience phase. Peter's Campbell's first day will be only in 5 days, but Charles and Dorothy's had their first day yesterday, so we can drag their cards to the first month essential phase. As you may notice now, Pipefy automatically updated the due date of these cards, telling us that these employees will only complete their first month in 30 days. Now let's suppose that Peter's first day has arrived, and now let's work on his card. If we open it, here we can attach a file with an agenda for the first day, and here we also have a checklist with the tasks that will happen and must be performed during his first day. When his first day is finished and everything happens, we can also drag his card to the first month essentials phase. In this phase, we're going to have different fields. So we have some checkboxes to remember us to check and set up for success. So for example, we can review the job role and responsibilities. We can review his performance goals. We can provide directories, and we can add the new hire to regular team meetings. When everything is done, we can drag the card to the first quarter tools where we're going to evaluate the person after 3 months in the company. So we can set up a talk with a person, so we can ask some questions over a coffee. So for example, how's it going? How do you feel in your new job? Has anything surprised you? If so, what? And here we can write down comments about a success plan. For example, what do you want to achieve in the next quarter? What does success look like to you? And when do you want to achieve that, for example? And a look back, we can, for example, write a review of what was achieved in the last quarter. And then when this person is completely onboarded, we can drag the card to the done phase and consider this person fully onboarded. This was a quick demonstration of how Pipefy can be used to manage your employee onboarding process. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. In case you have any doubts or you want to see changes to this process, please talk to one of our consultants or reach us out through the chat. Thank you very much for the attention so far, and don't forget to test Pipefy and win superpowers to organize and control your process.